Hey guys, I'm Yen,
I'm Amy.
and today we'll be talking about intercultural relationships.
We're going to interview one of the students in Taylor's, and she's lived abroad her whole life. She's going to explain to us how her experience was with other cultures and how different it is. So, let's see it.
Hey there! Welcome to Pimp My Culture. I'm Aisha, I'm a Taylorian, and I studied Diploma in Communications, and I am Malaysian.
So, how did you feel about meeting members of the other culture for the first time?
Well, at first I was intimidated, but then until I started to open my mind to them and start talking to them, it was easier to interact, and I enjoyed it.
What information best prepared you to interact with them, and where did you get it?
Well, it was from an embassy driver when we arrived in Uzbekistan, and he gave us all the tips that you wouldn't really get from friends, like maybe when you walk on the street, be careful, like the normal general things. But then there are some things like in Romania, things that we think is acceptable, like bless you after sneezing would be acceptable, but it's considered rude there, and I wasn't really fitting in for a few weeks, but I stopped saying bless you anymore. Yeah.
Alright, so before you met members of the culture, what did you expect them to be like?
Similar to the people before, because I was going to go into an international school. I expected them to be open-minded and everything, and they were. But compared to the people outside of my school, it was a little bit more different. I didn't exactly know how to interact with people outside of school, and especially with the language barrier. Yeah, he even like agrees.
Did you encounter any surprises when you began interacting with members of the culture?
Well, yes, because depending on the place that I went to, for example, from Canada to Uzbekistan, it was very different moving from a developed country to a developing. And I was in shock that transportation was pretty hard to get through. This was the first time I saw cars parked on a sidewalk, and there were no sidewalks actually, there were just pathways. Traffic lights are not very common there. I would look beside me and there would be a donkey. So it was a very big culture shock, but it depends on where I went. And for that experience, it was pretty much a very shocking experience.
What advice would you give to the people unfamiliar with the culture about forming relationships with members of this culture?
Well, they should be very open-minded at first and adaptive to the environment. Because for my experience, when I was in an international school, they were all open-minded, but every community, every school had a different vibe or a different way of accepting a new person. So you would really have to adapt to that and be very accepting and just be nice, because forming relationships are nice.
Thank you, Aisha, for the wonderful interview. So, now we will be talking more about intercultural relationship. What is intercultural relationship? It is actually defined as situated communication between individuals or groups of different linguistic and cultural origins.
However, there are many that have defined intercultural relationships in many different ways. More and more, people see culture not as a nation, but also as a group of people that share similar set of values, beliefs that are shared between the group of people around them.
With that in mind, some have said that all communication is intercultural, even if you are communicating with the person next door, next to you, who looks and sounds very much like you. Others have said that communication is only intercultural if we perceive it to be intercultural.
So, why is intercultural relationship important? According to Martin and Akiyama, intercultural communication can allow us to step outside of our comfort zone, usually frames of reference, and see our culture through a different lens.
Additionally, as we become more self-aware, we may also become more ethical communicators as we challenge our perception towards other cultures or our tendency to view our own culture as superior to other cultures.
Exactly. So,
In conclusion,
we should be more aware about our various cultures around us. Furthermore, we should be more welcoming to avoid the conflicts between cultures.
well, that's it for today.
Thanks,
Thank you
guys.
for watching.
Have a good day.
Hello there. Cut to, okay?
Okay, cut.
Okay. It's the monkey, I swear. Oh, that looks so nice.
Told you to clean that. You have it?
Wait, she's like already recording.
Oh, really?
Okay. should we just like give it to her like that and then Did you encounter any surprises when you began interacting with members of the culture?
Well, I'm distracted by the monkey.
You know how serious you were and she said the monkey's hand started caressing itself.